All right, we started. We're in.
We're officially starting.
This is
Look at us
officially
go.
it. This is an audio recorder. Do you not have one?
What do you mean?
You were like, what is this?
This thing?
This thing.
No.
If you're watching on the YouTube, you can't even see it because my computer's blocking it, and I don't use the computer.
You're pointing to nothing, essentially.
I'm pointing at nothing.
No, I don't have one of
Right,
those bad
yeah.
boys. We just do the old, we got like Yeti mics, hook it up into the laptop.
It's a Yeti mic.
It's, is it a Yeti mic? It's just like a popular mic.
It's
Anyways,
a mic that keeps your beer cold.
Yeah. I'm doing mine tomorrow with Louisa.
Oh!
We've been doing it like every other Sunday.
That's
I don't
good.
know. But now that we're in the city, we got to like get back.
You go like see each
Do
other.
it in person, maybe.
But why not?
What else? What were we just talking about?
So for Tommy O'Regan on the pod, first off, right here, he's half of who asked for this? What's the name of the pod?
Nobody asked.
Nobody asked.
Check it out, I guess.
Check it out. I was on. I was a guest.
Yes,
and
you were.
Ellen Harold.
You were one of 3 guests, very exclusive.
Who's the third?
I think we had Ellen Harold.
You had Ellen Harold?
Oh no, maybe we haven't even had 3 yet.
Yeah!
2. Wow.
50% of the
50%
guest.
of our total guest count.
No big deal.
Very exclusive. Yeah, I don't know, but podcasts in general, we were just saying, it's really you're just like giving more of an opportunity to get canceled in the future. That's really what it is.
That's all this is. If we're lucky,
Yeah.
this would be nice if I get canceled.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you're big enough to be canceled.
Right. Someone cares enough. Someone's
Exactly.
listened for long enough.
Exactly. That is funny to think about. Like the more minutes, all you're doing is giving yourself more of an opportunity to get canceled. That's all we're doing here. No one cares about this. The only thing that, the only effect this will have is a negative, getting canceled.
100%. This isn't helping my career.
The risk reward of this podcast or any podcast
Substantially negative.
so bad. Yeah, like very little gain here.
No one's made it from a podcast. People just
Exactly. You can
maintain.
You maintain or you go down.
And we have nothing to maintain.
Yeah.
What am I maintaining?
Exactly. It's only negative.
We were on Barstool Idol for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You on longer than me.
Yeah, we could touch on that. That was like right around the time we met. Because I remember seeing you at a few mics, and then I saw you do the Idol. I did the year after you, right?
You did.
did.
You did season 2, however long that was after me.
And I remember, I think we just met. Because I remember I was like, oh, I seen that kid at like a few open mics.
Right.
And that whole process, that whole Idol thing was just a nightmare. It was brutal. Just brutal experience.
Well, you actually made it through. They hated me.
Well, they
You
also
made
didn't
it through.
appreciate. They just don't like get good stand-up. They didn't appreciate
Right.
good stand-up. The setup of doing stand-up in an office with the lights on with half the people turned around is impossible.
Not ideal, we found out.
Not ideal. And I'm not saying this to, it really, there's not a lot of times you can blame the setup or the audience. I like to not blame the setup or the audience, but in this particular
Right.
scenario, I think it's fair to blame the setup and in that situation.
As someone who also failed, I agree.
Yeah.
That
it
was an
very
awful
tough.
setup.
Very tough. Very interesting process they got going over there.
Even though Francis made it, so we really have no excuse.
Yeah.
He ended up actually succeeding.
We can't even use like the
All
like
stand-ups failed.
It's like we didn't win because like we're straight white guys, they don't like us these days. Francis is as straight and as white as they get.
No one gets straighter or whiter, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And didn't you do your at least audition with
Yes.
comedian?
Great guy.
I
haven't seen him in a while.
I don't think he does it anymore.
No, I think he was actually randomly. He was like going to business school in Boston or something. So I think he moved.
Oh, he moved.
I think he mentioned something about going to school in Boston, and he asked me like if I knew, I don't know, was a good place to live or so. He asked me some question about Boston.
But he's
He
from
was
Boston,
there.
wasn't he?
I don't know. It'd be pretty embarrassing.
Maybe he was trying to hook up.
It's like an 8-month in advance booty call.
It's like, yeah, what neighborhoods do you go to most? What's your favorite bar?
Yeah.
How often did you go home?
So where do you live? Do you leave your window open at night? Or is there a tree? Is there a tree across from your bedroom? By chance? I don't know. Just curious.
Also, you weren't there. He dropped the hardest N-word I've ever heard someone drop at,
Not a guy who can drop
at
an
West
N-word.
Side Comedy Club. He's
In a
whiter than
bit?
Francis.
Like in a bit?
Yeah. He
I
drops
hope so.
a hard.
I hope so.
No, he
No, he was in the crowd.
he called the waitress over.
He wasn't even performing that night.
He didn't even order anything from the waitress. He just
That's all he said to the waitress.
he just dropped it.
Dropped the N-word, and then got up and left.
Yeah, she did her shift. He kept her shift going.
Not even performing is so good. So it was in a bit.
It's always in a bed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, I did it with him. I completely forgot about that. Nice kid. That was just a very interesting. Yeah, it was very interesting. I mean, they hire people there. It's essentially like a reality show,
Right.
Because they hire people who are, again, trying to make it seem like, yeah, I'm
Let's
trying
run asterisks here.
exactly. Again, I don't usually like to blame other things besides myself, but I feel like they really do hire people who are good on camera, who are like
Right.
Marty Mush might not be able to read.
It's unconfirmed.
But good, he was a good guy. I don't mean to make fun of him, but definitely not like I'd not like wouldn't be a great like comedy writer, you know. But he's good on camera, and he's like a gambling addict. So they're like, let's hire this kid.
Right.
He's pretty good on camera.
It is a weird, because we went in thinking, because they pitched themselves as a comedy site,
Exactly. So but no one really there is really into stand up in particular.
or what it seems comedy in general.
Yeah, actual comedy. Yeah.
So they went for people that are funny rather than people that are funny rather than people who are funny.
People who are funny like without trying to be funny, maybe. Like they don't like who are just funny people, like characters on a reality show. That's really kind of what it is. Like you have to be
Right.
not even funny, just like interesting or weird or compelling to watch in
You
a
wrote
way.
that sketch series for him with Francis.
Yeah,
and,
which I thought was good. I thought we did a good job.
A+.
And they just didn't. And then I tried to get hired after that, and Francis was like, tried like pretty hard, and he was like, dude, I'm sorry, I don't know how people get hired here. Like, he literally didn't know. He was like, I have no idea. And he's a great guy, and he really did try to like push for me. He talked to like Dave a few times, and he was literally like, dude, I don't know what the process is here. I have no idea how people get hired.
And we found
But
out.
really, I genuinely thinking back on it, I don't know if I would have like been great there. I don't know like where I would have fit in anyways. I was
Right.
a little relieved almost.
Right.
'Cause it's a lot of pressure, it seems, working there. And you just get like ripped on all the time. It's like kind of a tough environment from what it seemed. It would honestly be a sick job, obviously. But I don't know. Like I don't know where I would have fit it. Like I'm an okay blog writer. I'm like I said, I'm not like a goofy guy on camera. Like I don't know where I would have fit it. I could have done the sketch show, I guess.
which
but-
I thought was what they would have used you for.
Exactly, but I don't know. That was it was cool, you know, to be a part of the process. Though, it was a cool thing to look back on.
It's a fun story we could tell.
Exactly. And then our friendship blossomed shortly thereafter.
Yes, the seed was placed in, and what grew out
Yes.
of that was a beautiful relationship.
personal and professional relationship.
That's right. Me and Tommy are also coworkers.
We are.
Tommy heard last episode I talked about when I took the call at the gym.
What?
In our team, we had a company meeting, and Pete said that whole thing about me. He was like, "Rich, can you say something?" And I turned my mic on, and then the techno started blasting.
Oh, when was this?
This was last Friday, Tommy. So it's good that no one noticed, because I can see from the Zoom, Pete very much noticed.
I think I might have muted for a minute because I had to do something. I literally must have muted the minute you were on.
Right, took a call.
I missed that. So sorry. This is now a bad story.
No, yeah. So now
We'll cut it.
I didn't want to have to edit this. Now I'm gonna have to edit this.
But anyways, that sounds funny. You had to be there. What you been doing? Have you done any
The
shows or anything? I just
show-
moved back Sunday, so everyone knows.
Oh, so this
In
is
case
an
anyone
exact
wants to-
week back you've been.
If anyone wants to chill / hang / bro out,
He was
/
right by
party.
Italy. You figure out which one.
Yep. 17th and 5th, roll through.
Oh, you okay?
I moved back Sunday, so I've been here 1 week. So I'm
And-
still moving in a bit, but last Sunday, my dad, the fantastic man he is, drove from Boston with me. We got a U-Haul. We got my stuff from storage, all that jazz.
You had your stuff in storage here.
In Chelsea, yes.
Nice. Is your hockey stuff still in there?
My hockey stuff's in like
Garden City
So
still?
my hockey stuff was at my buddy's apartment last year because he had like a bigger apartment. So I just stored it at his place because we went to games every week together.
Right.
And then Corona happened, and I just kind of went home, and he moved out, and so he just brought my hockey stuff with his hockey stuff to like his brother's house in Stamford. So like,
so you're fucked.
My gear's nowhere in sight. But I think we're getting it back soon, but I haven't seen that in a while either. But yeah, I'm all settled in pretty much. Got all the big stuff out of the way, you know, all the tough stuff.
Yeah.
Bed, all that.
Couch.
Just got to get some, set it up, you know, all the little trinkets and whatnot. But yeah, it's good. Good place. Got to have you over soon.
I'll be over.
And again, anyone
that wants to come over, hit Tommy up.
Hot chicks, hot bros.
We're just looking for cute kids.
Hot people, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter.
And judge yourself, know yourself, because we will be cruel if you show up and you're not hot.
Oh, first off, Tommy critiques.
Huge asshole. That's my rep.
Huge asshole.
That's my rep.
What people don't talk about Tommy O'Regan, gigantic asshole who critiques outfits. Not even so much the person.
Faces and outfits. Very rude guy.
Well, first off, one thing I'll say about Tommy O'Regan, arguably funniest person I know. Also, one of the hardest partiers I know. Kid knows how to fucking drink.
I actually was thinking about, I was going to say earlier, I was thinking, Rich is one of the funniest guys I know.
Oh, well, thank you.
So you're all so lucky right now.
Two of us?
It's unbelievable.
It's like we both have clear schedules.
I know. Oh my God, dude. I know. I literally can't even like think about doing. I don't even know I'm not a comedian anymore. I don't know what the hell to do right now. It's crazy. I hope it's like riding a bike. I've done one show in the past year.
Yeah, you did what? A show in like Maine.
Maine.
You didn't wait July.
Francis.
You had a sweatshirt on.
Yeah,
I saw the picture.
To Francis with Francis in Maine, and I was in Boston at home, and I had a couple other shows planned. They got canceled. Or no, I think I did maybe one other in Boston, but I wasn't here, so no, there was like no outdoor shows in Boston really.
Right.
So I missed the whole outdoor show thing. Didn't want to do a Zoom show because it seems like the most miserable thing one could do.
It's pretty bad,
and I feel like one can't get better from a Zoom call.
I've been doing not a decent amount of comedy, probably a little bit less. People have been doing it like every night.
It's crazy.
Crazy. And let me tell you something, no one's getting better.
Of course.
They're talentless people who kept doing this.
Yeah, it's people who want to like, a lot of people think that they have to prove that they're like grinding, and sometimes you just got to like take the L and be like, listen, maybe I'll just take a little time off this. I'm not going to like sit in front of my computer and do comedy to like faceless squares on my screen.
Yep. Or like none of them started a podcast. None of them wrote sketches.
Yeah.
They were like, no, I'll just go to a park.
You could have been, yeah, exactly. You could have been, but it has sprouted a lot of people doing a lot of other like social media stuff. Like people needed an outlet. So a lot of people have been doing a lot of social media stuff for better or for worse, you know.
But I think it's the people like us a little bit more. I'm not saying that we're talented and they're not. I'm saying they're not talented. I want that to be very clear.
Yeah, jury's still out on us, but they are not.
Right. We know Barstool doesn't like us. We don't know if the General Pop does.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, we might not be talented. If we can't get a job at Barstool with you know, like I said, the broiest guys out there.
Yeah. It's not looking good for us, Tom.
Looks like we're not going to get canceled after all.
Fuck.
So should we start dropping N-bombs or?
Portnoy did, and he's still doing great. Dropped an ETF on Friday.
Dude, I can't believe Elberg dropped an M-bomb. Last guy I would expect that.
Oh, dude.
Do you remember the joke? Don't say the N-word, but tell the joke and say N-word, if you remember it.
I'm the one who edits this. You think I want to drop a bleep in there? That's an extra 2 minutes.
A bleep would be funny.
Something like, imagine if I just dropped the bleep and people think I said it.
Yeah. Left it in.
Just leave it in.
But bleeped it.
No, something like, because he was a teacher. He can't defend this in any way.
Yeah.
Also, no one's going to tell him.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fight us. Him and Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
You threaten to fight Tim Dillon every now and then.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Maybe
come?
that will catch some publicity.
Yeah.
Something like he was a teacher because he taught in like the Bronx.
Yeah.
And the kids would call him the N-word, something like that.
Oh, so he said the N-word.
Yeah, but it was
weird.
like making fun of himself.
Interesting move.
Let me tell you something. It didn't work.
Of course it didn't, right? It's the N-word.
Usually it crushes every time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
So what have you been up? What's the quarantine been?
Boston for the summer
Right.
/ last spring / fall. But so in the summer, I was going to Cape Cod here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Just like living at home with my parents. Love my parents. They're the best, but there's only so long you can live at home.
Shout out the
I was there
O'Regans.
for 11 months. I was starting to lose my mind. I was spending like my days. It got to the point where like an exciting day for me would be like I go for my daily walk outside, and instead of like turning left out the driveway, I go right this time. I'd be like, oh, big day. Big day. I went right.
Now, how many O'Regan? Because there's 4 O'Regan kids, if I'm not mistaken.
Brother 2 years younger than me, and then twin sisters 2 years younger than him. So 4 of us. I'm the oldest, the elder.
I thought you were going to say a brother 2 years younger than me, 2 twin sisters 2 years younger. I was going to be like, how does that work?
Oh, yeah. That was a big year for Mr. and Miss.
Huge year. I don't know how they did it. Was everyone under the same roof?
No, my brother has a place lives in Southie. One of my sisters lives in Southie, and the other one just started nursing. Like she got a nursing job like right after COVID started, and she's in DC. So it's just really me at home. My sister in Southie would pop by once in a while. It was really just me and the rents. Good though, I can't complain. Save some money.
And that's
about it.
Yeah.
And then I just nothing. Literally nothing.
But it's good that you miss nothing.
Exactly. No FOMO.
Right.
Yeah.
Any
no
friends
FOMO.
home?
There's a couple times I was like, I should be in New York maybe, even if like the shows aren't good, doing some sort of stand-up. But then I was just like, I don't know. I just feel so out of it right now. It's crazy. I don't even know. It's so overwhelming to even think about getting back into. Who am I gonna who do I text? Who do I talk to? I'm sure there's a lot of people I could, but I'm just like, I don't even know. I feel like I'm starting from the ground up again. It's crazy.
I talked to Tobin Miller, the great Tobin Miller. Shout out Tobin. And talked to him honestly for a little too long. Like an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I got it.
On a phone?
On the
Or
phone.
in person?
Phone call.
Long phone
Oh my
call.
God, in person. Forget about it. And one thing I thought of, because what he was saying is everyone that's doing comedy right now, as we said, has no talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of like we're going to come back and be like, all right,
We're back.
parents are home.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's kind of like, in World War II, the women played in the MLB. Then the second.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
How do you not know that?
I don't know. Women played in the MLB during World
Women
War
played
II?
in the MLB. It's very well known. There's a movie starring Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, yeah.
League of Their Own.
League of Their Own. Great film. Sorry, continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think that was a fake movie?
No. Okay, go ahead. No, I knew
Yeah.
that was a true story. Okay, yes, continue.
Yeah, basically it's like the women are all these talentless people playing in the MLB, and now the boys are home from war.
Exactly, that's what it'd be like.
Also,
that's where we're getting canceled right there.
Whatever.
That'll be that's one opportunity. So we'll, in the future, they will be the talentless women. That's it.
Oh, the talentless women.
Yeah, that's a good
Or they
one.
cancel you for not knowing a League of Their Own.
That's a good one. Yeah. Just so not a big deal.
It's not a big deal at all.
Tommy Regan canceled for not knowing movie about women.
Cuomo's still in office, and they're like, but Tommy O'Regan didn't know League of Their Own?
Tom Hanks' most underrated role.
Get the water. Oh, man. We got it.
But yeah, that's kind of what it will be like. We'll be like, all right, we're back.
Right. So I'm not like I
But it will be just like, I don't know, it's just like, I get a text like, hit John Borromeo up again. Our boy, shout out to John Borromeo.
There you go.
New York.
He never
I think I
booked me.
texted him the other day, but it's like, yeah, just like a lot to, and like clubs, I feel like, it can be, I don't know. I just feel like it's just such a drop in momentum,
It's tough. I think we have to do our own thing now. I think that's what it's going to come down to. Like clubs are out of the question.
Well, aren't they opening up April 2nd? 33% capacity.
We're not getting booked, Tom.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. But eventually.
And no one was even going to give us the time of day.
Yeah.
So
anyways, that's the podcast.
So that's our life. Me and Tommy have decent day jobs, and
Right.
we're living quite comfortably.
I'm fine.
Right. Like, life's good.
Life's good. It is, yeah, dude. It's tough to, I think it's just going to take a lot to get things going again, you know? It's going to take a while.
Do you have anxiety over it?
A little. It's more,
Yeah.
I started, a little just more about, like, the time, how long it, like, we're in absolute nobodies in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
Things are good. Like, I think we're both pretty good.
Things were doing, like...
It wasn't bad.
We
Things
were doing
maybe
well.
on the rise a little bit. Like, it was about to maybe, like, things could have started happening. Then COVID happened.
Right.
But now I feel like it's a major setback. And I'm just I have a little anxiety about, like, do I want to be working at, no offense to our company, great company.
Great company.
But even they hire us knowing our role. They hire people with creative jobs for the reason of the job. If job's flexible, it ends at 5. So it's not an insult to say this. I think they expect people in our roles to hopefully go on and get other jobs in the creative fields. So I just think about, sometimes I get anxiety thinking about, like, am I going to be working at Mosaic for like 7 more years? I'm like, what am I going to do? You know?
I have thought that too.
Yeah. But then the other thing is I'm trying to do some other, like, getting some advertising, copywriting stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, we'll see. Try to have like
With
another
the Greenspan?
Try to have another. I've talked to Jeff. Very helpful.
Usually,
great
whenever I have
guy.
a guest, we talk about Jeff.
What'd you say?
Usually, when I have a guest on, we talk about Jeff.
Great guy. Very helpful. I talked to him multiple times. Big former advertising stud, or still is, but he's more like freelance stuff. But he's been very helpful to me.
How many times does he call you?
I've talked to him just like a handful of times. Couple long chats about like just the industry and what to do and all that. But I do have some anxiety about how long, just comedy in general, making it, whatever that means, how long it'll take, like what route to take, like how to do. I don't know. There's just a lot of questions. You know?
I think this is a good thing for us. I think COVID was good.
You think?
Right. Because, as I've said, the clubs were never going to let us in, and I think this made us realize that.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's time to, like, okay, now I have to produce a weekly show. Mm-hmm. I got to film me doing that show. I got to make clips from that, put it on Instagram.
That's really
do my podcast, do that.
The last couple of years, that's really what it all is now. It's like get clips, put them on Instagram, try and get some traction. Like people don't watch specials anymore.
People don't watch stand-up.
Yeah, stand-ups even go. I think comedy, movies, stand-up, I think what's happening is people are getting their comedy thirst quenched with memes all day. So they never feel like they need to go watch a comedy movie. I feel like comedy movies, stand-up used to be like an outlet where you get your comedy.
Okay.
And now I think people are just laughing all day at memes. So they don't ever feel the need to watch like a longer form of comedy. Do you think what do you think about that theory?
First off, call us in if you agree with this, because I don't know if I do agree where I think memes have lowered the standard of comedy.
I think memes are the funniest thing in the world.
You are a big meme guy.
They are so funny. Some of them are very dumb, but I like the dumb funny ones.
Right.
I don't know. I just think I think they're very funny. But like I said, a lot of them are dumb. I don't know. You continue.
Well, I think the biggest I do agree memes people are watching all day. I think our biggest detriment, is that the right word?
Sure. Yeah.
Detriment is people like Barstool, people like is really influencers.
So you're saying
they have no comedy talent.
Don't get me started on TikTok. Do
Tommy,
not get me started on TikTok.
Tommy, I didn't get you started. You got yourself started. You're the Duraflame of TikTok. Go for it, babe.
I tweeted this the other day. I'll just read the tweet word for word because I worded it exactly how I wanted to word it. So basically,
okay, Tommy's gonna read his own tweet on the air.
This is because it's not like a braggy. Cause it's not a funny tweet. This made me so mad. I tweeted something not funny.
So is this
Think
your
about that.
declaration?
It's a declaration. I was furious the other day. It made me so mad I tweeted something not funny. I don't think I've ever tweeted a tweet not a comical tweet.
Tommy, you're losing your mind.
TikTok, man. Anyways, give me a sec here. I basically said it's infuriating. Nothing's more repulsive and infuriating to me than the fact that TikTok is validating the egos of thousands of adults with millions of 14-year-old followers and perpetuating the idea that lip-syncing conversations is anything remotely close to talent.
Yeah. Could you tell we went to Harvard with that statement?
That's on my Twitter. I'm Tommy O'Regan.
You just signed off.
But the only reason I read is because that puts pretty succinctly how I feel. Like people who lip sync, like they think that they're funny and talented because they're lip syncing conversations from like a movie. It is so repulsive to me. They have millions of followers, these people, on TikTok, which doesn't matter.
Tell me they have millions of followers.
It's crazy.
They're doing so much better than we are financially.
Part of it's bitterness and jealousy.
Yeah.
But it's also like can't take any less talent and like it's just lowered the. See, I think memes are way funnier than like I think memes are actually good humor sometimes. But every time I'll give TikTok a chance every like few weeks. I never really have gotten into it. Sometimes I'll give it a chance and then I just get infuriated and turn it off.
Okay. Why? Because I think I know why they're successful. I'm pretty positive on the reason. Why do you think they're successful is what I want to know.
Specifically people who like lip sync?
We'll go with the lip sync. Let's go with that because that's probably the most popular form of TikToking. That's the verb.
Why do you think people like them and they get so many likes?
That's my question. Correct.
I think it might just be like exposing how many dumb and not funny people there are out there. I don't think
that's why they're popular?
Yeah, maybe everyone's just like dumb and likes dumb shit. Who knows?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that it's because they're hot.
No, but sometimes they're not hot people who do like the lip sync. Oh, well, that's an obvious one.
Yeah, like they're hot. Like they're all hot.
And the other thing I thought of it the other day, it's like, who's on TikTok? Yeah, you're right. It's hot people. And who's on TikTok? High schoolers, right?
Big.
How horny are high schoolers?
Very.
And how many high schoolers are there? A lot.
Call us in.
If you're in high school and you see a hot girl, you're liking that.
1,000,000,000%.
Her. You know, we had to do in high school. TikTok is so easily accessible. I would be following all those women.
Yeah.
And all those lip syncers.
I would just stare at girls in the lunchroom eating my third lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was doing. I didn't have an app where I could do all this.
Yeah. So that actually makes sense. I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, well, obviously these kids in high school are like are gonna follow and like these women and like these people. But
But like, here's the thing: people from high school don't change, Tommy. That's still in your brain. It's an instinct. It's men and women.
Yeah.
You want to be with the hot people. You like it because they're hot. A 50-year-old guy's liking an 18-year-old's TikTok. Mm-hmm. It's because in his head, it's a hot 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's something we can all agree on. Left, right, Democrat, Republican, black and white. Hot 18-year-olds are hot. Are hot. Yeah. There's nothing hotter than a hot 18-year-old.
So hot, bro.
Crystalia would say otherwise.
Dude, yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know, man. Why do... You know the kinds of videos I'm talking about, right? There'll be like a stand-up routine.
Yep.
Or like a movie conversation, and people are like dressed up in they'll like dress up as a guy and then dress up as a woman and clip back and forth having a conversation. And it's just, I don't know.
I think people will edit, like the editing on TikTok also is fantastic.
Oh no, there are some very talented people and there is some very funny stuff on TikTok. Like it's very impressive. The editing and all that. Yeah, I agree.
Trying to get a tape to the millisecond it should be is so much easier for them than to get on a stage and hold a microphone.
Yeah. No, there are some very talented people on there. It's just really the lip syncing I think that bothers me specifically. I don't know why.
The what do I see? Uzi.
What's
Not
that?
Again. That's like one of the things going on now. What is it?
I don't know.
I mean, it's Little Uzi?
I don't know, dude. I can't keep up.
I don't understand. And they change every week. Like the new TikTok changes in a week.
I know. The whole thing is just gross. Social media, all that. You watch Social Dilemma?
Yeah.
Pretty.
What'd you think?
Pretty interesting. Pretty scary. Pretty interesting.
But like I knew.
Yeah, I knew for sure. I didn't know some of the things. I knew obviously all the depression, anxiety it's causing, all that. Right. But to the extent with by which we are manipulated, I did not know as much about. Like they really went into detail. I didn't know that much detail about like the algorithms, I guess. I assumed like targeted advertising and all that, but they said some pretty interesting stuff I didn't know, like the details. It was pretty interesting though. What was this? There was like a news story, or maybe it was just a news story, but like they were saying, maybe it was Social Dilemma. They said that people are getting they're getting surgeries on their face to like look like Snapchat filters or something. Like people are just losing their goddamn minds.
I think the biggest takeaway from that is Snapchat's still in.
Yeah. I don't think Snapchat's ever going to die. I've been saying it.
Really?
Dude.
You snap often?
You snap? Yeah.
I snap like my high school friends and my girlfriend. That's about it.
Yeah, but like what else you taking quick pics with and sending them off to? You know?
No, my high school friends, really.
I snap a good amount.
You snap a good amount?
I see funny stuff. I snap it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But to who?
My friends.
You know, your fans?
My friends.
Oh, your friends.
My fans.
I was like, Tommy, I know you. Really?
That's that snaps.
But you don't post like a Snap story.
No, because when Insta came out, the stories, I feel like I started going Insta stories.
Right.
They Insta won with stories. But I still, if I see something funny or whatever, like what else are you going to do? How are you going to send it to someone? You snap it.
Yeah, you do snap. You snap.
Snap it.
I can't go higher than this. That's as high as I can go. I don't know. I just don't think, and I don't think kids. I mean, call us in if you're a 12-year-old, but I don't think the kids are on the Snap anymore.
I don't know. Actually, it's a good question.
I think Instagram's out too for the kids.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly. I don't know. What do they just do? TikTok?
I think it's predominantly TikTok.
Facebook, might as well not exist.
I mean, Facebook is
at this point. If Facebook is. The funniest thing is like 48-year-old comedians who post statuses, jokes in their statuses, thinking that affects anything.
And they're doing it, and they're like, if they get some likes, they're like,
exactly, they think it's like sick.
All right.
Yeah.
Because you're not in the New York City indoor-outdoor comedy group anymore.
I don't think I ever was.
It started over the quarantine, probably like end of March, beginning of April.
Oh, okay.
If you want an invite, fucking DM me. I'll send you a fucking invite.
You an admin?
I'm not an admin, but I think you could accept people if you're in the group. I can still have invites. What the big debate going on now is there was a guy who had COVID and still went out and did mics and shows.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, Can you believe someone who had COVID went out and kept doing this? And it's like, yeah, you're all dumb for doing this.
Yeah.
Don't blame this kid.
Yeah, like you all could have it also.
Right.
If we want to keep ripping on comedians for a sec, I think we talked about this in our group text, but Richie Tinkin died.
Shout out Richie Tinkin.
Shout out Richie Tinkin. Nothing against Richie Tinkin, but the fact that comedians, I saw maybe 9 posts, novels on social media, basically comedians making his death about themselves.
Yes.
Paragraphs being like, when I started comedy, I met Richie, blah, blah, and then like interspersed with little stories about how good they were at comedy that night, how they were the funniest person, how they got passed at the club. Comedians are just fucking lunatics.
I know exactly which person you're talking about.
I saw like 7 of them.
That person was like, he passed me 5 years ago. And now to be passed at a club, we should also say, means that you're now on the club's roster. Uh-huh. You can now perform at the club.
Yes.
So this guy...
This was the main one we were talking about.
Right.
Yeah. And the other ones weren't as bad as this one, but...
Yeah, they were still bad.
It was still bad.
He was saying he passed me 5 years ago. Yeah. Said how great... And like you said, I was the funniest one by far.
He had to sneak in. No, this is what it was. It was like something at the end. It was like, I got off stage and I went to see Richie, and on my way to Richie, like I ran into some people from the crowd who said I was the funniest one on the stage, which always means a lot to me. It's like, remember, this is a post about a man's death.
Right, someone died today. There was a man who died.
And they just can't help themselves. They have to, like, let everyone know that they're funny. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
And also, that guy, yes, he was allowed to perform at the club. He would go last every night for 5 years.
Yeah.
And he was like, he loved me. No, he very much hated you.
Does this guy follow you on Instagram?
Yeah. No, Instagram, probably not.
Because we're getting very specific.
Whatever. I'm not going to make this the clip.
It's just funny. It's just funny. Oh, that would be funny. That's what I was thinking.
I add him. He would honestly be like good exposure. This was good.
It was very, oh God. But I saw there's a lot of them. A lot of people just need to like, a lot of comedians just need to make things about themselves. It's like, it's crazy.
It kind of shows you like that guy, the guy we were just talking about, is like such a nothing. He wrote 15 paragraphs.
He started, Tom Luciano had a good joke in our group text.
What did he say?
He was like, starts off with, I'm at another loss for words, then writes 1,500 words.
He had so many words.
You're saying I'm at an utter loss for words.
But then, like, Adam Sandler just posted a picture of Richie Tinkin and said, hey, thanks, Richie.
Yeah. He was kind
That's
of legit
a professional.
back in the day, I think.
And yeah, he managed
But
Eddie Murphy.
That's how you do it. You don't write you don't write 8 paragraphs about how sad, how good you are, how good you think you are at comedy, and then like sprinkled in with like, oh, it's sorry for the guy dying. Also, and the guy died too.
Oh, and I was also the best one that night.
Yeah.
Did he pass you, Richie?
Yeah, me and Louisa got passed around the same time.
You do the midnight audition?
We used to go and then we used to go a late night together, like every night, or not, like for like 6 months. We went a lot, but then it just started becoming a shit show.
It's a grind.
Because like there's so many people, and you have to go to sign up for like 2 nights ahead of,
right?
And it's like up on 82nd and 2nd. It's like, right. But we went for like 6 months. It was pretty good little gig.
I mean, I auditioned for the Strip 3 times. First one was the midnight audition. I went there and with Natalie Akar, very talented comedian.
Yeah.
Well, so I did my set. I did well.
Yeah, you always do
I did well, and not great, but I was like, that was good enough.
Yeah.
Natalie goes on; she does a great job, also.
Yep, very funny.
And then that's it. And then he calls you over to give you his review. It tells me how he liked me on stage. I just don't know how to write any jokes. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, so
that's
no. I was like, okay. Calls Natalie over, and he's like, yeah, I don't like you on stage. I don't like you.
Oh, my God.
But I do like the joke you told. Something about soup dumplings.
And it's a textbook Apple
Which
joke.
is a textbook Apple joke. So he thought when I was on stage, I was a Lebanese woman. And he thought Natalie was slightly husky, wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
From Long Island.
He switched. He wrote hers. He had no idea what was going on. Both of us didn't get in. And Natalie has a great career now. But she's doing great.
That's so funny. Oh, my God, dude. To physically mix up an Italian guy from Long Island and a Lebanese woman.
I'm not even Italian. I just sound like this.
Yeah, I'm not Italian
at all.
I just assumed you were.
No, I just fucking, I'm a trash bag.
I just assumed you were. I feel like most of Long Island's Italian. Am I correct? No?
Depends on the area.
Maybe I think I'm just thinking about different areas. Wow, I have a very... For knowing you for so long, you think I would have a better...
Yeah,
and I have family from Long Island. I should know more about Long Island.
Yeah, your family, they live in Garden City. There's no Italians in Garden City.
No.
They don't allow Italians in Garden City.
They don't allow...
A lot of people.
Yeah, very... no. And Mom grew up in Old Westbury.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
they don't
and my
allow
grandma was in
Italians
Old
there.
Westbury, too. Yeah. Yeah.
Your mom Irish.
She's Italian.
Your mom is Italian.
Dad's Irish, mom's Italian.
Your mom's Italian, grew up in Old Westbury?
Roslyn, then Old Westbury.
That makes even less sense.
Is Roslyn a lot of Jews?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I thought that was such
such a weird thing to say.
Roz, a lot of Jews there? Cool. All right.
I was trying to nail down the demographic.
Roz,
I was trying to
Jews.
inquire to why that's weird that she was from there. I said, I meant like, it's a lot of Jews, right?
A lot of Jews.
And she is Italian. Yeah.
And
Marante.
What's her name?
Marante.
Ooh.
That's the Italian. Mom's side's Italian, dad's side's Irish. Couldn't be more different. My dad's Irish Catholic from like Cambridge, Mass, Boston.
Okay.
My mom's like an Italian from Long Island. Very different people.
I'm trying to. What's racking my brain is how she was able to go Roslyn and Old Westbury.
I don't know. She went Roslyn to like 8th grade, I think, and then moved to Old Westbury.
Jesus.
I don't know
high
why.
school?
I don't know.
That would really solve a lot of issues.
I'll
for
find
me
out.
if you
I'll
found
let you
that
know.
out. Yeah. I'm
But,
guessing private school.
What are you? Like German? Scott?
Yeah.
Like,
My dad's fucking German Irish. My
Is it
mom's
really?
Russian.
I can't believe I thought you were Italian.
Yeah, and I just sound like this.
I feel like that's not like somewhere were to guess what you were. I don't think Italian would be a ridiculous guess.
If you heard me, if you just listened to this podcast, I don't really look like how you think I sound.
Yeah.
Just like you don't. One of the first jokes I remember you telling, and I was like, this guy knows what's going on. Where you were like, what's this Armenian man doing on stage?
Oh yeah, I haven't done that in a while. How did I phrase it? I think it was like, it was like I don't look anything like my name sounds. That's what it was.
Right.
So like, it's when I get called on stage, people are probably like, we should probably tell this Armenian guy it's not his turn.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
You said that, and I was like, who's this guy?
Yeah,
this
I forgot
guy's-
about that. I haven't done that in a while.
He knows what's going on.
Maybe I'll get that back in the mix.
Get that back in the mix.
That's the
That
other
was-
thing. Jokes, dude. I have like, I gotta get my, I gotta get all the, I gotta start putting jokes together again. I did that show at Caroline's last year.
Terrific show.
And thank you.
You crushed.
Thank you very much. But I'm thinking back, I'm like, and then I was talking to like Ethan Hirschenfeld. You know him?
Yeah.
Great guy. Very nice guy. And he was like, maybe I could try to help you like reach out to this like 800-pound gorilla or something. Like, maybe you should make that into an album or something. Right. And I was like, do I want to, or like, do I want to? And then I thought about it. I was like, I'm never going to do those jokes again. It's been like a year.
Sell them to Sirius. That's
know?
what I found out.
What?
That's what we're supposed to be doing.
What?
You want to write it like a clean half hour, record it, send it to like 800-pound gorilla, or whoever will get it to Sirius. I found out that's what we should do.
That's what I should do with that show, that 45.
Yeah,
maybe.
if you can.
So you sell it to, have them produce it, try to get it on, and they put it on Sirius.
You just want to get it to Sirius. I don't know.
Did that
Norman
helps
told
you
me
get
this.
like a following supposedly?
It's just money. They'll just play it on Sirius, and then you make the.
Interesting.
Mark Gerber, shout out Mark Gerber. He's doing great with it now.
Very good joke writer.
Yeah,
Gerber.
terrific
Very
joke
funny
writer.
guy. Oh yeah, he made the album, and that's what he's doing, huh? Interesting. But yeah, the point of that was to say, I was thinking back on my old jokes, and I was like, do I want to do this, or do I want to like burn these, or do I want to like use these again? And a lot of them, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna want to do old jokes that are a year old now. You know, I feel like, I don't know. It's a different. I feel like a lot's happened in like it's a long time.
How about this? I'm gonna throw a topic at you. You come up with a joke right now.
All right, we'll try.
You ready?
I'll try my best.
Dr. Seuss.
Is that a layup for me because you know I have a Dr. Seuss joke?
No, you have a Dr. Seuss joke?
One of my first jokes I ever wrote, like when I did when I had my audition at the comic strip, actually.
Shout out.
That we were just talking about. I think it was the first one I did where I didn't get it, but I still did well, but I didn't get it the first year. So it was like 8 months into comedy, whatever, or a year, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the first jokes that ever did well. I had to like, and what was it again? It was like basically where Dr. Seuss get his weed. Like he must have like,
okay.
I can imagine him sitting there like, fuck, I forget how I worded it, so I'm gonna butcher it, but something along the lines of like, I can picture him just sitting there like cats don't usually wear hats, like something like that. It was pretty dumb. Like it was like I've seen other stuff since then about like what kind of drugs Dr. Seuss on, you know?
Right.
Now it's kind of a hack looking back, but at the time it did pretty well. But I forget how
now it's just not the
it.
thing people are talking about him for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't. Don't get me started. It's so absurd.
It's
I don't
just
even know
like-
I haven't even looked into the story because it's just gonna make me mad.
They're saying there's like 6 books where he doesn't depict certain ethnicities
Oh my
in
god!
the greatest. lights.
Is it true?
It's not true.
You know what Dr. Seuss looks like? Just a normal guy. You wouldn't guess it.
Also, I did research for this. He is a doctor.
Actually.
He has a doctorate in English.
Can you call yourself a doctor for English?
Joe Biden does.
Interesting.
My thing is like, this guy wrote all these crazy books, and we accept him as that. He was also a guy born in 1904. I think it's a little less crazy he wrote racist books than it was that he wrote a book about a cat in a hat.
Yeah, true.
I think that's what we have to look at. We have to look at the bigger picture here, where this was a guy who was just grew up in a racist era.
Yeah.
For
Actually,
him to
not bad.
depict,
It's like Bill Burr has that bit about the guy who owned the Clippers, was it, who had like that racist comment? It's like he was like, "What'd you think he thought?"
Exactly.
It's like this guy was born. He was like, this guy grew up. He was like, when this guy was growing up, the MLB was all white and it was fine. So good.
I could just see like Dr. Seuss going into the publisher's office. To like, all right, what do you have here? He goes, all right, I got one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. And they're like, all right, you talk about the Jews at all in it? And he's like, there's a section. Good. All right, good. Publish it.
We're gonna need, or he wasn't racist at all, but they were like, we're gonna need more stuff about Jews, and we're gonna need it to be bad.
He's like, yeah, I wrote a whole section about how they help how they're helping everyone in the economy, and they're like, yeah, that's what we called you in here for.
Imagine Dr. Seuss was this like wicked nice progressive guy,
and the companies made him do it.
Oh, that's good.
They're like, yeah, cat in a hat. Can we make a cat in a yarmulke? Can we do that? Can we do that, Doc?
Oh, God.
That's how he got the doctorate.
Yeah.
His whole thesis was racist.
Progressive Dr. Seuss is so good. Oh, that's great.
That's fun. And that's one of the things.
That was fun.
I don't know. I've just been listening to a lot of like the news. I listen to Sagar and Jetty a lot. You know him?
No.
He's like this. He's on this morning show with this girl, Crystal Ball. Which, what an unfortunate name.
Yeah.
That is.
It's her actual name?
Her actual name is Crystal
name?
Ball. I think she's married into the Ball.
Wow. That's funny. That's funny.
That's unfortunate.
Wow. That's good.
But they do like this. They just make fun of both sides. So like one's a Democrat, one's a Republican, and they insult each side evenly. Good. So you get like this fair news.
Which is what I think everyone should be listening to.
Right. So I'm trying to like think of jokes.
From both sides. Yeah.
From that.
That's good. I like that. What's it called?
The Rising. It's on YouTube.
Okay, interesting.
Check it out.
That is another thing about the social dilemma that was pretty wild, was like just how brainwashed people are because of that. Like the algorithm just feeds you stuff that only you see.
Right.
And it was interesting when the lady was like, I'm liberal, I'm way on the left, but I intentionally follow Republican news sources so I get both sides of the information. Now, so that is a good way to...
I had a conversation with Kyle Mara about this. Shout out Kyle Mara.
Good friend, good man.
Why do you think... This might not be the best way to put this.
Yeah, let it rip.
I'm trying to think of how I should ask you this question. Why do you think older generations are more prone to Facebook news? I don't know if that's exactly how I want to phrase
Facebook news?
Like news that I can't speak for older people but older people I know will see something on Facebook, that's now news.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So like they think it's real, you mean? Like they think that that's like the only news they read?
Right, but they think it's real. It could be real, could not be real. Because I think it's something like 60% of American adults get their news from Facebook now.
Interesting. Like maybe it's just like the easiest technology that they were able to figure out how to use. Like it's a lot to keep up with new apps and new news. I don't know. Like maybe they just know Facebook well. Like because I feel like a lot of them don't like learning new technology or using technology that much.
Oh, that's 100% true.
You know what I mean? So maybe since they figured out Facebook, they're like, they don't want to figure out anything else.
Interesting.
So maybe they're like, this is the only. Maybe they don't feel like learning other stuff. So they're like, all right, I figured out Facebook. This is what I'm just gonna use for like my social media. So maybe that's just what the only thing they read. Like I know my like I feel like a lot of parents probably have Facebooks, but they don't have Twitters or
no
Instagrams. You know,
that's one thing my dad asks me all the time, and he listens to this, so he's going to comment. He's going to send me a text after I say this. He'll ask me like, "What's Twitter saying about the news?"
That's great.
About the news, you know, like you log on to Twitter and they go, "This is what's going on."
So maybe that's all they see is news on Facebook, because that's the only app they use.
Do you think they don't understand that what they follow leads to what they see?
They probably don't understand like targeted ads,
like algorithms.
I don't think they get it. Probably.
Do you call us in?
I feel like that's why everyone's getting brainwashed. I feel like a lot of people don't know that.
People don't know about algorithms?
I feel like people might not know how like intricately like they're being manipulated. Like I said, like I don't know.
I mean, well, Mark Zuckerberg went to Harvard. You went to Harvard. Why are they telling you there?
We took a little bit different paths.
Oh, really? In what ways? Was he not the left wing on the third line?
And he played hockey. You guys didn't know that? And he played hockey, and I fucked over the Winklevi.
The Winklevi?
Yep,
that's
fucked him over.
Sick.
Yeah.
How do Harvinians?
I have no idea. The Crimson?
The Crimson?
How do the Crimson? No, I don't know.
How do they think of Zuckerberg and that whole situation?
I don't really know. I don't know.
What did you do there, Tom? You took a few fucking slap shots and you called it a day?
I don't know. I guess it didn't come up that much. It was a while ago. I don't know. Like the social, like when Zuckerberg was at Harvard, the whole. I don't know.
Not
I've
really
never
that because you weren't there at that time.
No, it was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. But like, were people like, how about this fucking guy, huh? Like Facebook was coming up big when we were in college.
I feel like Facebook was already big. Facebook was like 06. Oh, I was in I think I was in 8th grade when I got a Facebook.
You're a Boston kid. More popular.
Did it take a while to get to Long Island?
I got one.
I never had MySpace.
Maybe 9th, 10th grade. You never had MySpace?
I think I just went right into Facebook.
What?
I don't know.
I
had like AIM. I had AIM in middle school. And I just got Facebook in like 8th. I think at the time you had, or maybe 7th grade I got Facebook. At the time you had to be, I think like 16 or something. You just lied about your age. So I think I got it in like 7th or 8th grade maybe. It's pretty cool. I didn't need a MySpace.
You were a cool kid.
It was big. I remember back when it was just one page. It was just your Facebook page.
It was a page. It was
your Facebook page. There was no news feed.
Nope.
No buttons. There was nothing. It was just a page.
And what a simpler time.
Oh, man. There was a good stretch where technology and social media wasn't too prevalent, or
it was fun.
Where it was the perfect, where like there wasn't too much technology, but there was enough for us to communicate and be efficient, but there wasn't too much where it's ruining everyone's lives. There was a nice sweet spot in the 2000s where technology was peak technology.
When YouTube was the biggest platform, that's when Tosh.0 was big.
Old YouTube viral videos were like the best. Like AIM was great. Facebook. It's just too much now. It's crazy, but there was a good sweet spot there for a while.
Let me ask you this. Because first of all, you call it AIM, and that's really throwing me off.
You say AIM?
Yeah, I call it AIM.
You're an AIM guy?
I'm an AIM guy.
I feel like it's pretty split down the middle.
Do you think so? All Boston kids I know call it AIM.
Oh,
but all Long Island guys call it AIM.
That checks out. That's where we're from.
Someone from Texas, fucking tell us what you call it.
Yeah, call it DM us.
DM us. What was I going to say? I had a whole fucking other point to this. It was something about you being from Boston. Oh,
he's got it. He got it back.
Ooh. Were Blackberries big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad had one. But
the kids in
razors
school,
were big. No, razors
were big.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Razors were huge.
Really? Really?
Huge.
Oh.
Everyone had razors. I never had a razor, but everyone had razors.
What you
I had a
have?
chocolate touch.
You had a chocolate touch?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, man, were you fucking back then?
Dude, I was fucking
That
bro.
was peacocking before peacocking was a thing. You showed a girl your chocolate.
Yeah.
It was a switchblade.
It was nice.
It was inspired by a switchblade.
It was a nice little piece. I had chocolate and I had like a flip phone originally, like a normal. Flip phones were the best. I was a menace on Tetris.
Yeah, you tried.
I couldn't.
You
be
were a
stopped.
Tetris kid?
Couldn't be stopped. Yeah, I
Damn.
was good at Tetris. I played it like so often. Had flip phone, chocolate touch, and I think I had another one at some point. I forget. Those are the best. Those phones were unreal though. That's what I mean. Another peak. Like that's when technology was great. When it was just a phone with a couple games, but you weren't on it all. You weren't on it the whole day.
If you went on the internet on your phone, your parents called you 20 minutes later.
I don't know if you remember that joke from Caroline's last year, my show. It was a recent joke I just started doing, but I basically said that. I was like, kids now they have like the luxury of like free Wi-Fi. Like they can go on the internet like wherever they are. Like to go on the internet they have no idea how scary it was to have a flip phone in 2006 and accidentally go on the internet. Because like my dad, like I clicked that button once and never again after how my dad reacted when he saw the phone bill.
Yep.
He was like, who went on the internet for 3 seconds? Now I have to sell the car. Like it literally was the most terrifying button. Like you never press that button.
It's
terrifying.
People were like, the way people were worried Trump hitting the nuclear button was the way parents treated kids.
It was
same exact thing.
And if someone did ever have internet on your phone, you're like, how rich are they?
Yeah. What did your dad do?
I remember a girl was like watching, which is crazy thing now, how like intrigued I was by this. But it was just 8th grade, maybe a girl at like a little party was watching like a video of maybe like a late night show video or something on her phone, and I was stunned. I was like, is this like a president's daughter or something? Who is this?
Was it?
I don't know, but that's how rich or successful I thought they were. I was like, who is this woman?
Well, Tommy, you're going to prep school in New England. It was too rich for you.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on with other people?
I went day school though. I was day school, so I was a little humble still.
Listen,
I wasn't full boarding school.
You and Tobin Miller. Shout out Tobin Miller.
Where do you go?
He went.
Where's he from again?
Connecticut.
Oh,
you'd have to ask him. It's not in Avon Old Farms. It's not
little grittier.
It was something, but he was a day school kid, and he's trying to
Interesting.
make it seem. He was like, "No, I'm a day school."
Well, because boarding schools are historically, I think, more like wealthier places.
But you went to a boarding school.
No, it was just a day school, but it was a prep school. So no one lived at St. Sebastian's.
You really threw me for.
Boarding schools are definitely like, I think wealthier people go there because you live there.
Right.
So
Room and board,
etc. Exactly.
Right.
No, day school. Yeah, no one lived at my school. So
I
it's a
assumed you went to a
little
boarding school.
more. We were a little more grounded.
we put our ties a little looser.
Salt of the earth prep school kids.
Is that a thing?
No, I know. That's why I'm. What was I just had another phrase.
I assumed all prep schools were boarding schools.
No, some of them are not. But like a lot of the big ones, like in Connecticut, like Deerfield, Avon, a lot of those big ones are boarding schools. Some are not. Nobles is a boarding school, but then like that's 5 minutes away from me. But mine's day school.
I never heard of that. I never heard.
Nobles is a pretty very nice school.
Let me ask you this question. This might be a stupid question. How'd you get to school?
What?
How'd you get to school? School bus?
Mom drove. It was in my town.
Oh, it's in your town.
3 minutes away. Yeah, pretty great. So St. Seb's in Needham, Massachusetts, where I'm from.
Shout Needham.
And yeah, like 5 minute drive. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So
okay. I pictured this whole Hogwarts scene for you and Tobin.
Like I said, we were very humble prep school kids. We're very salt of the earth.
Right. You had a 2002 Cadillac.
Exactly. It was only like $20,000 a year.
Weren't you born in Germany or something?
Yeah. I lived there till I was like 7.
Oh, wow. That long?
Yeah. 6 maybe. My dad was playing hockey over there, so me, my brother, and sisters were all born there.
Just chilling in Germany?
I came back here in kindergarten. Yeah. So I moved back to Needham in kindergarten.
Was it chill?
It was pretty chill. It was a little more chill than like the 40s, I'd say. But, I don't know.
Yeah. Germany's less chill?
That was a little more chill.
A little.
Just a little.
Smidge.
I don't remember a ton about it. But yeah, lived there for like 6 years. I used to speak fluent German. I was a young German boy at once.
What?
But I can't anymore. I told my parents that I was like, why didn't you have me like keep learning German? That would have been so cool to like know another language. I was like, we had a tutor come over for 2 years and you threw a temper tantrum every time, so we stopped. I was like, all right, that's on me.
That's gonna stop it.
That's on me.
I understand why you stopped that.
That's on me. But yeah, lived there until I was like 6.
And that's it?
Moved here.
And
the
then
rest
just
is history. But yeah, imagine me running around speaking German as a 5-year-old. How funny is that?
That's scary.
Yeah.
There's 2 people yelling in German that are scary. Young children and
Yeah.
very old people.
Germany's a scary language.
Yeah.
Germany, Russian.
Not friendly. They're not romance
No,
languages.
harsh letters.
And what also a useless language to know?
Russian?
German.
Yeah, not many, unless you're in Germany.
Right, or you need to order a brat.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn Russian. My high school offered Russian. And as a Russian, I was like, oh, this would be interesting to learn about my culture.
Uh-huh.
And then I told my mom, like, oh, I'm thinking about signing up for Russian. And she said, we don't talk to any of our family, just take Spanish, shut up. And I was like, okay.
Nice. Yeah, Russian would have been pretty useless as well.
It's a very, very useless. Unless I want to be like an FBI agent.
Yeah, or just like if you just randomly wanted to sound intimidating.
Which at times
Could help.
could help.
You just go off in Russian once in a while. People are like, "Oh."
When I was playing
away
hockey,
from that guy.
I thought it would help me with my chirps.
Yeah, that would be pretty terrifying.
Were you a chirper?
No, not really.
Oh.
Sometimes, I mean, here and there, you know.
You don't seem like a chirper.
No, pretty non-confrontational in general. But it's sometimes you get worked up out there and it comes out.
What's your favorite chirp?
I don't know. I don't know.
Was there like? Here's a good question because I didn't make it to the level you made it. We were probably at the same level until from like 9 under, and then once 9 happened, that's kind of where our paths split. Is there a difference in levels in chirping? Like, is college chirping better than high school chirping?
I see what you're saying. That's funny. That's a funny angle. Yeah, for sure. I think. Like,
Really?
I think it's just like anything. You do it for longer. And you get older and smarter and funnier.
Oh, that's a good
You know?
point. I didn't think of that.
That's just really where it comes from. And like you hear more stuff, you change some
digest.
stuff. No, I wasn't a big chirper, but there are people who are better at it than others for sure. Like in the NHL, like some people have good chirps.
Great chirps.
But no. One time in high school, someone from the stands had a good chirp
Tell me.
that I never forgot. He said it was just how was it? I was like a kid, so I was like a kid in our school. Like, he was probably a year above me or whatever. It was so simple. It was just like, number 7 eats at Cece's. How good is that? Really funny.
That's
for like
a great
high
chirp.
schooler. That's a great chirp.
What's that kid up to?
I don't know, man. I think I forget who
That
it was.
kid's Colin Jost now.
I know. Imagine, yeah. Dude, really funny. Really good sense of humor for like a junior in high school.
Yeah.
Really simple, great chirp.
Straight to the point.
Such a perfectly obscure restaurant.
Oh my God,
Perfect level of obscurity.
And it shows you like you're poor, like you like
Yeah.
trash food.
Yeah. Perfect level of obscurity. Like you've seen like a few commercials for it. It's like an all-you-can-eat type place. Like
You
it's
never
a
even
perfect
seen it?
level. No, you've never seen one.
Never.
You can tell it's like kind of trashy. It's like there's always something in the commercial about all you can eat.
Yeah.
It was a perfect chirp. If anyone follows me on Instagram, remembers who said this, I think I might know who it is. But if you want to confirm, let me know. As if I don't think many people that I know will listen to this, but I might as well throw it out there. Let me know if you remember.
And
And it comes quick. Eats at Cece's. It's done.
quick.
The economy.
You could do it
Of
between
words.
whistle blows.
The economy of words.
Just head up for the face off. Boom, you're good.
And the reference is the last word.
Perfect.
Oh, brilliant joke.
That's everything. We got an hour 12.
Oh, lovely. Time flies when you're having fun.
We had a good time.
Classic.
Tommy, where can people find you?
Instagram, Twitter, Tommy O'Regan. I think Twitter's Tommy_Regan. Instagram, Tommy O'Regan _comedy. New York City in person. 17th and 5th.
17th and 5th, if you want to hang.
Want to bro out, etc.
We could do it.
And yeah, Rich, well, it was fantastic. Thank you for having me. And let's get back in the mix soon.
We're going to get back. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, team. Adios.